Hey V3 Anime, welcome to the channel. We're not doing any edits today. I have actually got stuff to do today, but I promised you guys we would be making videos. We will drop videos every Wednesday and every Friday, and we'll live stream Mondays at 9 p.m. Join us for convention talks every Monday night, 9 p.m. So, what brings you guys here today? It's very simple. Your first anime convention. You want to pick something. Should you pick a large anime convention as your first convention? The answer is absolutely not. Okay. Does that mean that you won't have fun? Does that mean that you won't enjoy it? No. But it may hinder your experience at other anime conventions. What I mean by that is large anime conventions are amazing. Anime Expo, Anime NYC, Otakon, all these things are great. You get tons of guests. You get guests from overseas. You get world premieres, musical guests. You get to see new art as it comes out, new figures. These things are exclusive, and large conventions have them. They're amazing. You get to meet a lot of people. It is a little packed, unfortunately, because you're talking about thousands upon thousands of people. So, large anime conventions are amazing and they are fun. The problem, though, is if your first convention is a large anime convention, they are not as often as other conventions are. There are a couple hundred, if not a couple thousand conventions throughout the country every year. But the major ones, there's only about 10 to 15 really massive conventions. They're way more expensive, they take way more time, and the preparation and everything that goes into them, way more expensive. So you will be spending double to triple the money. You've got to take off work for extra days. These things you have to figure out for large anime conventions. The hotel situation. Sometimes you're close, sometimes you're way out. The Uber situation, the food situation. These things all matter. The problem with going to a large convention as your first is even though you get that full blown experience and you will have a blast, the problem is now that if you go to a smaller one, you're not gonna like it. If you go to a large anime convention, when you go to a small convention or even a medium convention, you're going to think they're trash. You're not going to have fun at all. You're going to be looking around like, where are the programs? When you realize that the programming is actually just a lot of fan programming. They're the locals of that area putting the panels together. You're not going to have that big list of international guests. You might get three or four actual voice actors that you recognize, and then cosplayers, which is okay, no disrespect, but that's what happens. You're not going to see this big, massive exhibit hall. In all honesty, a lot of smaller conventions, the exhibitors and the artists share the same hall. So you're going to see both of them in the same room. At large conventions, exhibit hall is one way, the anime artist alley is another way. But at small conventions, they're in the same room. The game room is very small. You might have a 10 game room. Okay. It's really easy. It's really small to get through. Maybe you'll have a tournament. Maybe you won't. That's the problem with small cons. It's not that they're bad. It's just they're smaller. Now, on the reverse of that, if you started a small con, ease your way into it. Started a medium con, ease your way into it. Then when you go to a big con, you have a bigger appreciation. Okay. You have more of an appreciation for that large con than you did that small con. Small con's not bad. It's just doesn't have the resources that the large con does. So go to a small con first. Check out a smaller convention. Check out a medium convention. If I'm recommending it, I would say medium convention first. Get the feel of things. It's going to be a little bit more to do than a small con. It'll be big enough that you won't feel bored. Again, the panels though, they're going to be fan panels. The guest list might be a little bit larger at a medium convention. Um, and that's kind of cool. The parties, the raves, all those things happen at conventions anyway, so that will be there. But the biggest difference to me is the appreciation you'll have once you go to a larger con. Once you go from that medium convention to a large con, you appreciate all the work put into building these large conventions, getting these guests for you. And now, yeah, you probably won't want to go to too many smaller conventions after you go to the large conventions. But if you enjoy the medium conventions, you'll come back to them when you have time. Because again, some of these large conventions you got to fly across the country to go to. You're not always going to be able to do that. But your medium convention that's 2 hours, 3 hours away from you that you could drive to, that you could pull off more often. So thank you guys for being here. I will see you in the next video. We will be posting another video again on Friday night and live streaming at Monday 9 p.m. Also, we'll be at Superstar Anime Con on August 24th and 25th. Come check out our booth. This is AB3 Anime. See you in the next video. I know I'm still here. I told you guys, I'm not editing nothing. All this stuff's going straight in the videos. Just post it.